Alright guys, Jameson and Alex coming at you with another premium mini video. And today we're going to be talking about the adult green and the adult blue Dracolich, which is part of the new Boneyard set.
Did you catch that?
Yes.
Not one.
Two, and they're Dracoliches.
Yes.
So, for reference on here, we have some of the other minis. For comparison, we have, this is the most recent video. We've done individual videos on the premium red and the premium blue dragons. If you want to get close-ups and see all those a little bit better, make sure you check those videos out. And we have some other older minis from older sets on here as well for size comparison.
Some wormlings and a young dragon over here on the side.
Yes. New giveaway.
The D&D Beyond Players Bundle.
Tons of character options.
Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment down below on the video so you're entered to win a great giveaway coming from us very soon.
But we'll just pull them straight out. These bad boys. We have here the green and here the blue Dracolich. Which these bad boys, if you can't already tell, we're going to do some close-ups here in just a minute, so stay tuned.
Yeah.
These are incredible. I love these things.
They're so angry.
They're so detailed, and you can actually see on these a lot. One of the things I like the most about these is the texturing on the wings. The bones look amazing. Mm-hmm. And also they have all these muscle points where you can see bone and muscle through their scales and skin, and it just looks so good. And then the holes in the wings, of course, add more.
Yes, the color indeed fading. Like with the blue, it's like there's still some life left in it, so there's like still some splotches of bright blue.
Right.
But the rest of it's this really pale blue color. Where the green has gone a different route, and it's like it still has a rich color to it, but almost all of the greenness has evaporated. It's become this like really dull greenish gray color, as opposed to like the splotchy bits of life still in it.
Yeah, and I can assure you as well that these look way better in person.
Yeah, I was actually
even with close-ups and pictures.
I was actually out of town when these came in, and he immediately sent me a picture that said the gang's all here, and he showed me the pictures of everything. I was like, oh, those look really neat. Then when we pulled these open today, I'm like, oh, they look so much better in person.
They look really good, especially up close with these. The detailing is awesome. They've done a really good job with these. These are my favorite minis I think that I've got or that they've made thus far that I'm aware of. So definitely
that's high praise.
Better. Yes. So it makes me more excited for what's to come.
Right.
But what we're going to do is we're going to talk a little bit about some of the lore for the Dracoliches and things like that, how they work just a little bit, just to touch on that while we do some close-ups. So you guys can get some eye candy, look at some better closer shots, maybe some comparison shots with some of these while we talk a little bit.
Imagine the pure evil that is a Dracolich. Because it's a dragon, but it's also a lich.
Mm-hmm.
Ew. So, even as long-lived as they are, all dragons must eventually die. This thought doesn't sit well with many dragons, some of which allow themselves to be transformed by necromantic energy as ancient rituals into powerful undead Dracoliches. Only the most narcissistic dragons choose this path, knowing that by doing so, they sever all ties to their kin and the dragon gods. Beyond death, a Dracolich retains its shape and size upon transforming, its skin and scales drawing tight to its bones or sloughing away to leave the skeleton form behind. Its eyes appear in glowing points of light floating in shadowy sockets, hinting at the malevolence of its undead mind. Though many dragons pursue vain goals of destruction and dominance, Dracoliches are more nefarious than the most evil dragons, driven to rule over all. Dracolich is a fiendishly intelligent tyrant that crafts complex webs of foul schemes, attracting several motivated by greed and lust for power. Acting from the shadows and actively plotting to keep his existence a secret, a Dracolich is cunning and a challenging foe.
Creating a Dracolich requires the cooperation of the dragon and a group of mages or cultists that can perform the proper ritual. During the ritual, the dragon consumes a toxic brew that slays it instantly. The attended spellcasters then ensnare its spirit and transfer it to a special gemstone that functions like a lich's phylactery. As the dragon's flesh rots away, the spirit inside the gem returns to animate the dragon's bones. If a Dracolich's physical form is ever destroyed, its spirit returns to the gem as long as the two are on the same plane. If the gem comes into contact with another dragon's corpse, the Dracolich's spirit can take possession of that corpse to become a new Dracolich. If the Dracolich's spirit gem is taken to another plane, the Dracolich's spirit has nowhere to go when its undead body is destroyed and simply passes into the afterlife. So, the initial thought with the Dracoliches, you might immediately relate Dracolich with a lich, but as it talks about in some of the background lore for the Dracoliches with the ritual, they use spellcasters to create the phylactery for them. They're not doing it themselves.
Right.
So they're not actually gaining any spellcasting abilities.
Right.
Though as a DM, they do have tables in the Dungeon Master's Guide to add class levels to creatures. So if you wanted to add spellcasting to a dragon, you could do so. According to those rules.
Sure.
But just becoming a Dracolich in and of itself does not innately grant them spellcasting.
Right.
It's just going to give them that ability to reincarnate essentially in a new body should the need arise. But usually you're going to have some kind of cult or something that's going to be behind this dragon, helping keep them preserved.
Yep.
So they'd have minions to help connect that gem with a new dragon's body should the case present itself.
Mechanically, the differences between a regular dragon versus a Dracolich aren't that severe as far as amount of differences.
Right.
It's still going to have very high saving throws, a very high AC, an elemental weapon of whatever color it had in life. Basically, take the stat block of whatever color it was in life. Adult green dragon, adult blue dragon becomes adult green, adult blue dragon.
Right.
Dracoliches. The only significant changes worth noting are resistance to necrotic damage, an immunity to poison damage for all. That's a Dracolich template across the board. And the terrifying thing is magic resistance. So not only do they have the legendary resistances that adult and ancient dragons have normally, they also have magic resistance, so advantage on all saving throws against your magic spells.
Yeah. And they also gain some conditional immunities like can't be charmed, frightened, paralyzed, or poisoned, and they can't suffer from exhaustion. So if you're trying to run from one, it's going to catch you
eventually
because you'll get exhaustion and it will not. It will just tirelessly chase its prey. So not something going to be on the wrong end of the stick.
No, and it's one of those things again, kind of like with the Dungeons and Dragons. It still feels like a little maybe on the nose for some people to have a dragon in there.
Yeah,
but it's I'm just like, oh, you're just combining a dragon and a lich. Yes, you are, but think about like how terrifying that is.
Yes, exactly. Look at this thing and look at this thing. Like this is scary, but this is like terrifying.
The difference is you find a way to kill this guy. He's gone. Heck of a job on your end. You killed this guy. 3 weeks later, you get to find him again.
Yeah, exactly. Reoccurring villain.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like we talked about with this video for the premium blue dragon, is that dragons are intelligent creatures.
Yup.
So when you have something that's intelligent and can't die, or at least not easily,
not
killed,
directly. Yep.
Then you're putting a huge target on your back if you do manage to kill its
Right.
first body. Because
You know,
it's going to remember that.
Specifically in the box for the blue we read about, and it's a thing for all chromatic dragons, they're all vain. Right. And they're all very proud, very arrogant, and it's like, well, if you beat it once, it's going to come find you in the case of the Dracolich. I would like to think that it's not going to take that very well.
Yeah. So...
Yup.
Definitely some terrifying things you can throw into your campaign. And it's not going to be, for most intents and purposes, going to be much more challenging. Though it could be much more cinematic and terrifying for your players. Because they might not necessarily know the actual changes depending on how much they actually read the books and stuff.
Sure.
But a nice way to throw some stuff in there, especially if you don't have any spellcasters, it's barely no difference.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Because that's the biggest difference. It's very, very anti-spellcaster with the magic resistance.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
But definitely some really cool minis. Again, probably my favorite thus far. I just love the holes in the wings and all the detailing on the wings and the bones and the
sinew
tendons and everything.
all showing, yes.
Showing through. It's awesome. So if you guys want to buy these, I'll put a link down below so we can get some credit for that to help support us, help support the channel. We also have an Amazon store where we have all kinds of stuff. All these minis are on there and more. We have all the books and everything. So if you want to help support the channel, check that out. Check out all of our stuff on there. We'll get credit for it if you buy anything through there. So always appreciate your help, support. That's all for today, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please remember to like, subscribe, hit the bell notifications so our new videos are coming out. And as always, thanks for watching.